and do a little instructional video on this 23 Surf by Chaparral. First thing and last thing you always do is turn the battery switch on and off. So right there is the battery switch. It's on, pointing that way, and if you point it straight up, it's off. So you want to turn that on and off every time you're done boating. That turns everything off. The engine key, the key only turns the engine off. The battery switch turns everything else off. So the next thing you always do is turn the blower on. That's that button there that ventilates the engine compartment. The other switches you see here is the horn, the blower that ventilates the engine compartment right before you crank. The bilge pump, that's a manual way to turn it on. The bilge pump's automatic. That's the manual way to turn it on. That's an accessory switch on that one, so just a spare switch. You got navigation lights. That's your running lights at nighttime. That's your anchor light. So if you're anchored at nighttime, that's officially the way you're supposed to turn the lights on, is the anchor position. The court lights are just some glowing LED lights in the cockpit that looks nice at nighttime. So docking lights, court lights, I'm sorry. Docking lights are like headlights for docking, but only used for docking or trailering at nighttime. This electric arch button here, that powers the arch up and down. Be careful that the biminy's out. You got to manually stop it before the bimini crashes into the windshield. So the surf screen you see here, we'll go through it real quick. You got fuel level here. This row and this row stays constant, and what's in the middle changes by which screen you're on. But this is the fuel level. It's 100% full. You got the cruise control on and off. You just tap it to turn it on, tap it to turn it off, and change the speed by up and down arrow key. You got a little moon here for night vision. You can dim it down at night. And then the depth finder. If you tap the depth finder, you get a screen behind it. You got some water temperature and outside temperature screens. Same thing behind the fuel. If you tap the fuel, you get a screen behind it. So I got too much things going on at the same time. That's behind the fuel screen. It shows the engine hours. It's at 1.6, so some test time. And then this side stays constant. That's the gauges. So you have oil, trim, temperature, and voltage, and speed and RPM. That one is the GPS screen. The next one is the surf screen. So you turn on and off the ballast. You turn on and off the ballast from this screen. You set the gate out from here. So if you want to surf on the left side, you hit that. Surf on the right side, you hit that. And turn it off in the middle. It's super important to turn it off when you're done, or the gate will pop out. So make sure you turn it off. The next screen is like a setting screen to set up the Bluetooth and different options. The next screen is a input screen. If you wanted to play videos or something into the screen, you can. The next screen is the radio. So you can hit FM there, and you got the different stations that pop up, or you can do Bluetooth or whatever. So the radio there. It's best to turn that radio off right there at that off button when you're done, and then you have some volume controls there. That's a quick video on that. The surf screen, again, you push the side out that you want to surf on. You set the cruise on, and it's always best to trim. You can see the trim from this screen here. It's always best to trim it. Trim the boat up when you're surfing to, right in there, or higher, depending on the size of the surfer. Trim it down if you're not surfing, you want to trim it down most of the time. That gives you good bite out of the hole without raising the bow up. But if you're surfing, you want that bow real high, so you want it trimmed up. That gives you the biggest wave. The bigger the surfer, the higher you need to trim it to get the wave bigger. All right, let me know if you got any questions. Thanks.